What's happening, everyone? Sega Man back here with another video. And I wanted to talk today about some of my Sega Saturn collection that I have. Some games that people really don't, in my opinion, talk about as much today. Some collectors will bring these games up in their Sega Saturn collections when they do their videos. I haven't seen none of these games lately. Some of them like to do re-reviews of some of these games, or they might not have did reviews of these games before in their Sega Saturn videos that they do. Like, for instance, games they've picked up. You know what I mean? They might do a new video on them because it's brand new to them. But some of these video games, I just think, to me, were a little flown under the radar, to say, you know what I mean? Or not really reviewed as much. But I'm going to give you as much information on these games when I played them back in the day when I got them. Some of them I haven't played, actually, in a very long time. They've just been sitting in my Sega Saturn collection. So I'm going to start off with a full motion picture video game. Now, full motion picture video games were very popular, in the early 90s with the Sega CD. Now, I own a Sega CD, okay, and I have a lot of the full motion video picture games. And one of the companies that did a lot for these games was called Digital Pictures. They did a lot of these full motion video games. You know what I mean? A lot of them didn't really do very well back then. The picture quality in the games were very grainy, but at the time it was just a new experience for the Sega CD. The Sega CD was something new and exciting. They did bring out games later on that were really good on it, like Final Fight CD. I still own that game today. It's still very good today. It had very good graphics, 2D graphics at the time. It was way better than the Super Nintendo version of Final Fight. And it was the best. It was the closest you can actually get to the arcade version of Final Fight. And I still own that today, Final Fight CD. And it had all three characters in it. As you know, if you do know, the Super NES only had two, which was Cody, and I can't remember the other guy's name. Cody and Guy. There were the only two in there. But in Sega CD, it had Cody, Guy, and it had oh man, what's his name? The main guy that went after his daughter. I can't remember. Hagar. It had Hagar in it. So this game I'm going to show you, I don't really see much reviews on it for the Sega Saturn. I thought it was pretty good back in the Sega Saturn days. They made this game for the Sega CD, but they also brought this game out for the Sega Saturn. And this game is called Corpse Killers. This was a game made by Digital Pictures, and this is the cover here, Corpse Killers. Now, this game, it's a shooter. It's a point-and-click shooter. The zombies come at you. They come out from the backgrounds, and you have to shoot them dead to get to another part of the game and board, in the game. Now, Corpse Killers was it was a hit or miss game. A lot of people didn't really like these full motion games. They thought they were too grainy, or they thought they were pointless and dumb. Me as a collector, I can see more into the game than it's not. To me, it's not pointless and dumb, these games. At the time, it was developers that were doing these games. It was just trying to be, like a more futuristic take on a CD system, like the Sega CD, and implementing some of these games into the Sega Saturn because they seen something in these. Because if they honestly didn't see nothing in these type of games, they wouldn't have kept making them, because they made a lot. There are also a lot of these games you can find on your 3DO. I have a 3DO, and I have some of the games that were like this also. Full motion picture games. But Corpse Killer is it's really it's a unique game. I like it. The acting in it was pretty cool. Some of these actors you see in these games were like in regular like sitcom shows that had parts in shows. You know what I mean? They probably didn't have to pay too much for some of these actors in here, but the acting in this game, when you would go to the cutscenes in these games, were pretty decent, pretty damn well done in my opinion. But it's a pretty decent game. If you want to know and find out more about stop motion, full motion picture games, and you get a Sega Saturn, see if you can find Corpse Killer for a good price. Now, a lot of these games, believe it or not, you know how they say they were bad. It's always these bad games these days that are actually high in price now. And this was actually a two disc set, as you can see right here. I keep my Sega CD games in very, very high quality and condition. I don't. It's really hard to find Sega CD games in the original jewel cases like this, because the jewel cases are usually broken right here. It's usually broken right here, and or they're broke on both sides, or you just get this part. Sometimes people will sell the game and you don't even get the cover part right here. You just get this right here. You know what I mean? But it's really good to look into if you want to get into collecting for the Sega Saturn. You know what I mean? It's a really cool zombie game. It's a little cheesy. It's like a cheesy, zombie movie in a way. You know what I mean? The acting's funny. You know what I mean? It's comical. But it's a really decent game, and people need to give games like this more of a chance. So it's really not that bad. But this is one of the games I feel you don't really see much about on, not too much, in my opinion, on YouTube when it comes to Sega Saturn collecting, is Corpse Killers. Now, the next one we got here was also a good game by Acclaim. In my opinion, it was pretty decent. It's a little bit cheesy. It's a fighting game. And back in those days in the 90s, everybody was dipping their hands into all different types of sort of like fighting games, trying to copy or trying to up the ante, like when Mortal Kombat came out, with the digitized characters. But this one is by Acclaim. It didn't really get that much notoriety. I got this fairly cheap back in the day. You know what I mean? And I thought it was awesome. I thought it was pretty good. I thought the characters in there were unique. They all had their different kind of fighting styles. The 2D, the background graphics and 2D graphics, in my opinion, were pretty good. And the monsters that are in the game, the characters that you can select, they all had their unique, fatalities and like special moves. And this game is called Battle Monsters. Battle Monsters on the Sega Saturn was not a bad game in my opinion. Back in those days, guys, I was playing all kind of fighting games on all kind of systems. Even if people thought they were garbage or they were shitty, they had bad graphics, they moved, I was playing all that stuff, man, because I used to get this stuff when it go on sale and people rated a bad game all around. A lot of those games would go way down in price. And this game is actually more than $50 right now that I've seen on eBay. Some people selling them. You know what I mean? But Battle Monsters was not, in my opinion, was really not that bad of a game. It's a kind of a clone of a Mortal Kombat. As you can see, I still have the sponge in there to protect the CD. This is how a original Sega CD would come when you bought a Sega game. It would come with this little sponge as a protectant in there. And as you can see, there's X-Men there, Children of the Atom advertised there. I had that game too. One of the best arcade ports ever to come on a Sega Saturn. Believe me, you didn't have to go to the arcade to spend quarters. You were playing that same game at home on the Sega Saturn. Very, very well done. I think it's a direct port from the arcade game. You know what I mean? But Battle Monsters was really different and unique, like I'm telling you. So if you ever are going to collect for Sega Saturn, try to find some of these games. Because some of these games you actually might find a little cheaper. A a lot of these games, when you go to look for them, it's only disc only. So if you're not going to be a serious collector and not want the you know the jewel case and everything, and you can pick it up for $2 or $3, maybe $5 or something. Some of these games will go more than that because it depends on what the game is. Depends on what the game is. You know, I mean, if you found Marvel superheroes, you're going to pay a lot more for just that disc because that game complete goes for over $100. But you can probably find some of these games just with the disc cheaper, and you can just make your own with a DVD case and go to a site that has where you can copy game art and make your own shell casing with DVD cases. Because actually, if a DVD case is way better than these. For some reason, I don't know why Sega went with these, but it's very hard to find these guys in good condition. But try it out. If you're into fighting games, you like 2D fighting games, you like fighting games that are different, you know what I mean, that are just totally different from any other fighting game you ever played, Battle Monsters is your ticket. Try it out. It's a pretty decent game. Now, the next one I got here, a lot of people did hear about. You do see this once in a while. The first version of this game, I think people review more when they do their channel. It's a great game still today. I wish this game would come to the Xbox family using a controller, you know, with state-of-the-art graphics and gameplay. And that's a great game that I still play today on my Sega Saturn. Some of you guys will know this game, and that is Virtual Cop 2. Virtual Cop 2 is a great game still today. I have the gun I can actually hook up to my Sega Saturn, or I can play it with my Sega Saturn controller. Sometimes it depends. You got to have the old TVs to play it, though. You won't. I don't think you could play it on the newer TVs. But it is a great game. Virtual Cop is very well known. Was very popular in the 90s. You know what I mean? It was a great game, and I do have the stunner gun that goes with it. It was a great game, you know what I mean? And I don't really hear too many people talk too much about Virtual Cop 2. I always hear them talking about Virtual Cop 1. But Virtual Cop 1 and 2 are really, really good games. And this is in great condition, you know what I mean? But if you like the gun games like you play in the arcades, you know what I mean? You'll like this because Virtual Cop, I believe you can still find in the arcades in 2021. You know what I mean? You probably can't go there right now because of Cult 45, but it's still there. You know what I mean? And it's a great game, guys. I'm telling you, get a Sega Saturn. You know what I mean? I think it's on the Dreamcast too. Do I have it on Dreamcast? I can't remember. I think I have it on the Dreamcast. I can't remember, guys. I'm sorry. But it is a great game, guys. Virtual Cop 2 is a pretty good shooting game. And you'll keep coming back for more. I'm serious. It's really good. The graphics for the time being when this came out was pretty decent. You know what I mean? There's stuff in the game where the guy be holding the lady, and if you shoot her by accident, you kind of feel bad too because they'll pop up with her. You know what I mean? Just when you don't know it, and bam, you shot the pedestrian. You know, you shot the hostage. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, you know? But it's a great game, guys. Check out Virtual Cop. Really good game from Sega. Now, this game, I hardly ever hear anybody talk about this game at all. Anybody. I have it complete in its case. I think it goes for a lot of money today. Not a whole lot, not like $500, but it's up there in that $100 range, maybe more. And it's a really unique game for the Sega Saturn, guys. And I haven't played this in a while. I can't remember. Remember I told you in the beginning of the video. I remember you have to run away and try to get away from the enemies that are coming towards you. I didn't get too much into this game because I was playing other games and I just put it in my collection. But I need to actually go back and play this game because it is a unique game, and that is called Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones complete in the Sega Saturn box. I've seen this game disc only when I would go into places scratched up. You know what I mean? I've found it just these secondhand games just really scratched up, no case, no nothing. You know, and they still not real scratches, but light scratches, and they wanted like $15 for it. There's people that would go out there and buy it, but I got lucky and got this a long time ago. At my, I believe at my exchange a while ago. You know what I mean? And I actually still have the other disc in the case because it is a 2 CD game. Okay. Now I had to actually put my other CD in there because it didn't come with the other thing, the other one to hold it. I had to put it in one of these things that were from GameStop. It's not from GameStop. It's just the sleeve. GameStop didn't have these, but it's the other disc. Okay, that was in there. And as you can see, these games are in perfect condition. No scratches, no anything. And this is the other disc, disc 1. So it came with 2 discs. Great condition. Came with 2 discs. And it's really not a bad game from what I played of it. But Mr. Bones is I don't really hear too many people doing videos on the Sega Saturn game Mr. Bones. But I do have it with both games in it. You know what I mean? And it's a unique game. I didn't really get too much into Mr. Bones, but it is a unique game, and it's I highly recommend this to collect. If you're want to be a diehard collector for Sega Saturn, check out Mr. Bones, man. It's a pretty decent game. You know what I mean? I need to actually get back into playing my Sega Saturn games more. You know what I mean? I have so many game systems and, you know, and stuff like that. And time, I work, you know, I work. So, you know what I mean? It's hard to sit down and just play games all day. I have a job. You know what I mean? So, now the next one here was a really good platforming game. It didn't really, in my opinion, get too much shine or notoriety, which I wish it would have. It's a very creative platforming game. I wish they would have made a part 3 to this game because I have 1 and I have 2 complete here in the box, which is really cool. Very cool art style. Very funny, awesome, trippy looking game, man. I think they did a really good job with this game. And this game is called Bug 2. This is a great game for the Sega Saturn. You can probably find there's a lot of glare in here because of my lighting, but you could probably find Bug 2. I don't know if you could find it complete in its box, but I got this a long time ago for $5 complete in the box. This is when Sega Saturn was really going away, and they wanted to focus on the Dreamcast. That's the best time to go and get these games. And Bug 2 is a really fun, trippy game. You know what I mean? The worlds in the game are really awesome, like a 3D, 2D game. Very awesome game. You know what I mean? I need to go back and play this again. It's challenging also. You know, it's challenging. The camera action and the camera in here is kind of tricky. You know, when you're doing your jumping in the platforming game. But it's a really good, funny game, man. There's even a dude in there, a Bug character. He's like a Soul Brother Black character. And if you can see him right there, that's him right there with his little afro and his platform shoes. You know what I mean? Like when he jumps on characters, he'll say, peace, love, and hair grease. Or he'll say, right on, or something like that. But it is very funny, and it is a great game, guys. It's funny to make you laugh. It's very worth collecting for your Sega Saturn, guys. You know what I mean? If you can find just the disc, get the game, man. It is fun, challenging, and funny, and it'll definitely keep you coming back for more. It's a great game that I don't see much people talk about on Sega Saturn collections, unless I'm missing something. You know what I mean? But Bug 2 is a great game. Now the next one here, everybody knows this game because this game has been on so many systems. But I was happy to find this game on the Sega Saturn because I tried to one time get this on Amazon, and it was expensive. It's made by Taito, all right, but it's a great game on the Sega Saturn, and it is the arcade edition of Bust a Move 2. This is a really cool uh, game that will remind you of, like, I don't know, kind of like a, not Tetris-y, you know what I mean, but it's a really cool, fun game, man. Bust a Move. And a lot of people have played Bust a Move on different systems, like the Wii. It's on there. It's on other systems. But I didn't know at the time that it was on the Sega Saturn. So I wanted to own it. Now, I only paid $10 for this. Complete in the box. You know, nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Excuse me one second, guys. I got a phone call here. All right, guys, I'm back. I had a phone call. But that Bust a Move is a great game on the Sega Saturn. I've seen Bust a Moves on other YouTube channels when they would do reviews on other systems, but I really haven't seen one on the Sega Saturn version of Bust a Move. Now, the very last game, because we're going into over 20 minutes, sometimes when you do these collection videos or talking about games in your collection, yes, it goes a little long. You know, it's not going to be as fast. You know what I mean? But the last one here that I didn't actually get to play much of, and I honestly, to be honest with you, I can't remember how I started this, but I remember it was pretty good, and I never ever, and I probably have to hunt for this on YouTube. I have to maybe go hunt down on a channel the review of this game, and I didn't know this game existed on a Sega Saturn by IDOS, and that's the game The Incredible Hulk. I didn't know there was an Incredible Hulk game on a Sega Saturn, and I seen this one day in my exchange, and I picked it up. I think it was like $15. This was a long time ago. I'm like, man, the Hulk? I didn't know the Hulk had a game on a Sega Saturn. But I really can't honestly tell you more of the game because I didn't get too much into it, which I need to do. I need to get more into it. But if you can find and you like Marvel games, it's on an OG system, the Sega Saturn, an Incredible Hulk game. You know what I mean? On Sega Saturn. So, check it out. See if you can find it. Yeah, it has a little crack in there. Like I told you, it's hard to get these games in good condition. You know what I mean? There is people that actually invest in these and try to do these, and they'll charge you a fortune for these. Just the case. So you can make your game complete if you have the instruction booklet, the back, and the disc. So check out The Incredible Hulk. If you get a Sega Saturn, check it out, guys. It looks like it's really, I have to really get back into this game, but it looks good for the time in the 32-bit era. You know what I mean? It looks pretty decent. I have to get back into this. But that's all I have today, guys, with showing you some games that I actually thought need some more shine. You know what I mean? Games that didn't do well that you don't really hear about. And some of them on here you don't really hear about that much. But they're fun games. I'm just letting you know. If you want to collect for Sega Saturn, try to find these games. Just the disc if you don't want to spend the money. I've had these games for a long time, and I've went on eBay and researched some of these games. Some of the Sega Saturn games are up to $350, man. Complete in the case. And if you just want the disc, some of them are $50. I think the lowest one I seen was maybe $40, just a disc. Like I said, it depends on the game. Now, if it was like a sports game, you could probably get it for $10, $5. Bust a Move, if it was just a disc, you maybe might be able to get it for $15. But the Incredible Hulk and other games like Mr. Bones and all that, I've seen it for like $45 just a disc. So If you want to get into collecting, try to find the cheaper stuff first. You know what I'm saying? And make cases for them and make covers. And then if you get your money up, you know what I mean? Try to find them complete in the shell casing. Some of them you can find. You can find some of them, believe it or not, at flea markets or swap meets or Goodwill sometimes. Even if for sports games, pick them up. Pick them up. I got some downstairs that I found dirt cheap with the case and everything. Pick it up. Those cases alone are worth more than what you paid for the whole game, to be honest with you. So pick it up. All right? All right, guys. I'm out of here, man. I'll be back with another video soon. I think I'm going to do a video called 360 Days. And I'm going to show some 360 games I think that people are not really talking about anymore or really playing anymore that needs to go back to be played again. You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to do a video on that here soon. So you guys take care. I want to thank everybody that rocks out with Sega Man that subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate new subscribers. And please, if you're going to subscribe to my channel, though, please don't be like, please don't be weird. You know what I mean? This is about gaming. You know, nothing else. Gaming news, Xbox, it's all about that. Please don't subscribe to my channel if you're going to be some kind of, weird person that, please, find something else to do. You know what I'm saying? This is about gaming. All right. Peace and love, guys. Xbox for life. We don't die. We multiply. Peace.